One thing I always love to mention to people, especially those that are just getting started, is the job is always more difficult on paper than it is in the real world. It's always more difficult, most of the time, more difficult on paper. I'll tell you for free, for a fact, based on my own experience and so many other people, you are never going to feel 100% ready or 100% prepared. You might feel more comfortable, but never 100% ready to do the job. Now, when your team lead is bringing up more KPIs and saying things that you probably did not think of or you did not think about, just make a note of it. And that's one more new thing that you've learned. Now, guess what? They've been doing this for a couple of years. You've just started for less than a year. So if you always benchmark yourself to somebody who has been doing this for a very long time, you're going to struggle. You would always feel inadequate. Always feel inadequate. So what I always advise is this: don't compare yourself to anybody. Compare yourself to yourself. What did I know how to do using this particular tool, maybe last week or last month or when you started? And what do I know how to use today? What can I do with that same tool today? As long as you have progression, you see yourself progressing, then you're on the right path. Okay? Now, when you get into the job and now you have ChatGPT, I keep on saying this, you have so many AI tools. I was making a joke the other day that if the level of large language models, AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Brick, and so many other tools that we have today, if we had them, Linda, when I was a data analyst getting started myself, I probably would have been richer than, what's his name? Elon Musk, most likely. Okay. You'd have seen me building my own rockets, going to Neptune, not even Mars. So again, you have tools available to you that never existed before. I Googled it. The very first, when I got into the energy sector, the very first 3 months, I felt like the dumbest person in that company. I felt very dumb. Even though I knew how to use the tools, the technologies and everything, I moved into an environment where this was a different business, a different sector. Okay, so I needed to understand the domain. Somebody talks about ATC and C. Another person talks about why, rather than doing a simple division, you have to do the inverse. And so many things did not make sense to me. Okay, but what did I do? I learned and I tracked my progress. And after 3 months thereabouts, and I didn't compare myself to my colleagues at that time because they knew so much more than I did, even though in terms of the technical abilities, I knew more than them, but they knew the industry more than I did at that time. So it was easier for them to do better than I did. So if I compared myself to them, I would always feel like I'm not ready, I'm inadequate. So don't compare yourself to anybody. And the best way you would learn, thrive under pressure. I'm sure, Linda, on your CV back in the days, you have something that says, I work very well under pressure, right? Apply to that job even before you are ready for the job. Okay? Because you might never feel ready, so apply. When you get in and they give you a task, and that task requires you to do year over year, year on year, or requires you to find what's the, do a time series analysis that ordinarily you would have never thought about it, but you're now in it itself, under the pressure of getting that thing done, you will get it done. I've been there myself, Google plus conversations. I've had Efemena and I have been on calls, but I was still in Nigeria at that time. Efemena was in Ireland trying to solve a problem. He used to work for a logistic company at that time. We would open Power BI together and work for over 3 hours. 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. We're trying to find how to map something on Power BI together. Okay. But you see Femina today, you see Femina as an expert, right? You see me today, you see me as an expert. But guess what? We've had all those support on the job. All right. So you'd never feel ready for the job. Apply even before you think you are ready for that job. You will get it done, not even with the type of resources you have today. You have too many resources to help you get that done. All right. So any new thing your team leader says, your team lead says, write it down as one of the new things you've learned. Okay.